Okay, this post didn't actually show what the set of axes below looked like, but here's a table that kind of illustrates the situation. At 6 a.m. Oh, and by the way, we're going to use an horizontal axis where 0 represents 6 a.m. and then each horizontal unit this way will represent 1 hour. So we'll start at x equals 0 and go up by 1 hour until we reach 18 hours, which is from 6 a.m. to midnight. Okay, at 6 a.m. the temperature is 50 degrees. That's the initial temperature. And then for the next 2 hours, the temperature goes up 4 degrees per hour. That's called a rate of change. So every time the hour goes up by 1, the temperature goes up by 4. Up by 1, up by 4. Then for the next 6 hours, the temperature only goes up 1 degree per hour. So 3 to 4, 59 to 60. By the time we completed 6 hours, we've reached a temperature of 64 degrees. And for the next 4 hours, there's no change in the temperature. It just stays at 64 for hours 9, 10, 11, and 12, or 3, 4, 5, and 6 p.m. And then the temperature starts going down, minus 1 degree per hour. That's called a rate of change again. And so at the end of 4 hours, the temperature's dropped to 60. And then for this last interval, from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m., that's 2 hours. By the time we reach midnight, it's dropped to 59 degrees. What number went in here? Well, if it's a constant decrease, that means it went to 59.5 at 11 p.m. And so it's dropping half a degree per hour for that last interval. Here's what the graph might look like on board 2. Okay. On Desmos, I created a table where the times range from 0 up to 18, and then I put in the actual temperatures and connected the dots with lines to get a better idea of what's going on. Now, eventually you'll learn to write equations for each of these segments. This particular blue segment that I just drew has a y-intercept of 50, initial value, and the rate of change is every hour it increases 4. So we say 4. We could use T for temperature, or H for hour, and T for temperature. Why don't we do that? So the temperature changes 4 degrees for every hour. Okay, so if H goes up by 1, the temperature goes up by 4. For this segment, the rate of change, well, we'll get into that some other time. Right now, hopefully this is sort of what your axes look like. And I'll send a link to the Desmos graph. Maybe you can play around with it. There you go. If you have any questions, post a comment.